What's up, guys? Welcome to my new channel. This is Ryan's RC Garage, my humble abode of RCs. This is where I do all of my RC related or work I have to do on all my cars here. So this is my new channel, and there's a reason why I have new channels, because my old one had problems. So I decided to make a new start out fresh and show you guys around my humble abode of an RC garage. My whole main concept, right? You know? So I'm going to show you guys around my workbench here. Pretty much just a little guided tour of what I do and what I have on my workbench. And so with that, I'm going to go ahead and take the camera off the tripod and we'll get started. So as I was saying, I'm going to give you guys a little general tour of my beloved workbench here and all the stuff I do on it. So I'm going to firstly start off is I want to say the culture of my workbench. Every little piece represents something on this workbench. So first off, you can tell I have a whole bunch of stuff on the wall here. I even got boxes. Too much light. I even got boxes stacked up there. Those are all the cars I've owned and remotes and stuff over the past year or so. I still have my SC8. I got rid of my Flux, I got rid of the Bullet, and I got rid of my Durango. I have my Flash Guy, I got rid of my Cyberjack SS. So you're probably wondering, wow, how many RCs do you have now or something like that. But each of these boxes represent of how many cars I've had in just showing how much I really love the hobby, and I've had so many cars over the past years. Let's just start off. I've started driving RC cars when I was probably like 9 years old. I was getting into it when I was like 8, and then I realized, oh wow, these things are kind of like legit cars. So from then I've just been plugging away and doing my hobby. Over here is my Revo 3.3, that piece of junk. No one likes this car. I don't know why I even got it in the first place. But I converted it to electric a long time ago. I don't know how long ago it was, but I tried and it didn't work so well. So yeah, right there is a totally demolished T-Max 2.5 or 3.3, I'm not sure. Those are just, I'm not even in the nitro cars anymore. I don't even like nitros. I do have 2 nitro engines sitting there just waiting to get blown up, and a cup, just for no reason. As you see here, it's a very messy toolbox. I don't even use this thing. If I ever do use it, it's when I'm working on my Baja or something. I'll get to my cars in a minute here, so don't worry. And down here is my my air compressor. I need to get a better air compressor. It's not a really good air compressor. But anyways, each one of these little things on the walls represents of how many, or pretty much how much money I have spent in the hobby, and how much I literally take this hobby into perspective of my future, because I want to be a diesel mechanic. This is pretty much where it all started, is RC cars. I don't know what I'd do without this hobby. Probably just sitting around and smoke pot all day, probably. Well, then again, I skate too, so yeah. Anyways, each one of these little things represents something. I mean, the posters, pictures, and stuff like that, as you can tell, this is kind of falling off here. That's okay. That was my first LiPo charger right there. Turnigy AccuCell 6 or whatever. That thing was terrible. I killed it within, I don't know, a week or so. But that LiPo charger is terrible. A couple battery boxes I think I have up here. 2 track powers, 1 speed pack box. Couple of servo boxes. I've already gotten rid of most of these servos. I got rid of this one not too long ago. That servo's fried, unfortunately. That servo cost me. I hate it when my camera does this. It always pauses for some reason. I don't know why. It's something to do with DSLR cameras. And FYI, I have a Canon T3. Not the best camera, but it does the job. As I was saying, this servo, it fried, so I don't use it. It can't even be used, so I just leave it there. I got another servo box, which is actually in my buggy, my two-wheel buggy. This is the motor that I used in that Revo over there, and I don't have the speed control box anymore. I got rid of it. It was some 80 amp Hobby King ESC. Up here, I got a brand new brushless system just sitting there. It's a backup system in case if I do get like another car or something like that. This is just an extra motor just chilling. It's actually kind of fried. It's a brand new motor, but it's terrible. We got right here is a V3 speed control. There's nothing in it but a couple screws and maybe like a servo in there. But that goes in my two-wheel drive buggy. Another brushless system that went in my Team Durango DESC 410. Yeah, that's it. I sold that not too long ago. Actually, I'll tell you a story behind that car in a minute here. Got all my manuals right here, so I keep all my manuals. Fuel bottle, which I haven't touched in ages. Funnels, a fried SC8 ESC, just random stuff. All my oils, this is where I keep all my oils. Sparker, tri-flow, solder, a lot of part numbers. I don't know why I have a Durango one in there. I got a whole box full of screws, parts, and stuff like that. That's just a little junk box, something, you know, I'll just be working on a car and have like something, you know, it'll be in the way, I'll just throw it in there. And right here is my Onyx 245 lipo charger. I have a lot of lipos too, so yeah. Got a couple lubricants here. Main screwdrivers, standard Phillips. I got a couple snips. I got some needle nose. I use these screwdrivers or these pliers a lot when I make my videos. And right here I got my Flat Sky GT3B and my little Traxxas 2.4 gigahertz that goes to my Mini 8. I'll get to those I'll get to the cars in a minute. Got a few sets of tires here. Those are barcodes version 1s, even though in the barcode version 2 blocks. Oops. That wasn't good. Yeah, stuff likes to fall sometimes, if you know what I mean. Because I have so much shit. But right there is barcode version 1's front tires, and these are barcode version 2's rear tires. But those tires don't work good at all, so I don't even use them for any tracks that I go to. I go to a track in Reno a lot, so you'll see some filming of that too. What else got special? You're probably wondering why I have a lot of 5-hour energies. Like I said, I'm weird and I like to just put stuff on my wall. I'm not a hoarder, I promise. I made this little Team Durango plaque thing in my ceramics class. It's pretty cool. I traced it out and stuff like that. It's just something I just made just cause. And I got my speaker system when I do my builds or something like that. Like I'll build a kit or something. I always need to have music. This bottle is for putting all my shock wheels in, especially when they're dirty. You don't just throw out shock wheels. It's not good for the environment or something like that. Okay, over here. I'm gonna go over what's over here now. This is my bucket of rags. It's where I keep all my rags when I work with greasy stuff. Tape measure. I don't know why I have a tape measure. I don't even use it. It's just sitting there from today or something like that. My soldering iron. This is a cheap little $25 40-watt soldering iron. It's a Weller. It's alright. It's good. Gets the job done. It says battery/toolbox because right now it's a toolbox filled with all my screwdrivers. Kind of cheap screwdrivers, but they work. But when I go racing, I throw my lipos in here. Just to be safe. I throw my saddle packs and my my shorties in there. Right here, I got most of my lipos. Some of them I got small little mini lipos. I got 3 2S lipos for the Mini 8. These lipos are super tiny. Oops. My bad. I keep dropping shit here. In here we got 2 2S 5000 milliamp lipos in here. That's for the SC8 or any other cars that I'll get in the future. I got a Nanotech servo in there, and I got a servo lipo. I got a zippy lipo in there too. This is 5200 milliamps. This is 4000 milliamps. And down here is just a little bit of extra parts. And up here, I have a Turnigy Nanotech 3S 5000 milliamp lipo here, and I got a Speed Pack 3S 5300 milliamp. It's a nice lipo. It's not the best. It's got the really low C rating. It's got like a 30 C rating. This has like 45 to 90 C, so that's pretty decent. I mainly run these in my SC8. There's actually an unfortunate story about my SC8. I'll tell you guys in a minute here. Probably you guys are wondering like, ooh, what are those buggies all about? But yeah. So these are my saddle packs. These are some brand I've never heard of. Pro Match. 4200 milliamp lipos. These are nice. I like the fact that it has the wires already in it. Over here, if I can even get to them, I'm dropping shit. Right here, I have my other saddle packs. These are 5200 milliamp. They're called Vant batteries. Some come to Vant, and they're 5200 milliamp, 75C, 7.4 volts. These are nice batteries. Super duper expensive. What else do I got over here? Okay, I got some shorty packs over here for my two-wheel drive buggy. Let me just kind of pull these out here. Here we are. So I got one CRC battery. This battery cost me a fortune. It cost me $75 for one of these. I'm afraid to tell you the price of the track powers. But this is a 4200 milliamp 40C speed sport lipo designed for the 22. Right here I have a track power 4400 milliamp 50C lipo. This cost me about 90 bucks. I have two of these, so that's like easily 100 something bucks. Altogether it's just tons of money for lipos, especially the shorties. But shorties are kind of worth it though. I like them. They're not so big and bulky as the regular lipos. I'm not a really big fan of saddle packs though. They're kind of annoying. They're really finicky and you have to make sure you plug them in correctly. If you don't, you screw them up. I've had that happen before. It's no fun. Yeah, no fun. A lot of money coming out of your pocket. Right here is my low C22 box. It was a kit. I didn't build it though. I had someone else build it. The person that owned it before me built it. My bad. Right here I got a bench grinder, a slow bench grinder that I never use. I never have any use for it. It's 8-inch, and that's my 6-inch. I'll probably use that more than the bigger one. Alright, you guys probably want to get onto the cars already. So I'm gonna start out with my Mini 8. So I have a Mini 8 here. I'm gonna move my fly sky here. I have a Mini 8. I picked this up on Instagram from some kid in San Diego. I bought it off him, $135. It's a great little buggy. It's fun to mess around with. I did throw on a little bit of aftermarket parts. I threw on the carbon fiber shock towers on them by Extreme Racing or something like that. And I threw on some RPM arms that it came with. Brand new RPM arms in the box. Or in the package, I should say. Brand new RPM arms. And pretty much it. I wanted to get a better servo. Oh, and by the way, I'm running Deans in every one of my cars. I can just kind of throw that back up there real quick. Focus. There we go. Put the remote back up here. Bear with me here. I'm kind of going quick here, so I don't use a lot of juice. Okay, so this is my pride and joy. This is my baby. This thing is worth so much money. It is ridiculous. This is my baby, literally my baby. You guys are probably wondering, wow, it's just the low C22. Yes, it is the low C22 first generation. I really like the first generation better than the second for some reason. I don't know, I just really like it because it has a longer chassis and I like longer chassis. But this is my strictly racing only two-wheel drive buggy. Yes, I am running Proline Scrubs front. Barcodes version 1 in the rear. I am running a Hollywing system. That's what that V3.1 ESC is up there. Yeah, I'll tell you something about that. That ESC, I actually traded my Team Durango D SC410 for the ESC and motor system. Freaking amazing system. I mean, it also came with this program box. You can do a million things with it. This is what the guys are using overseas. This is equivalent to a Tekin system. I actually think it's better than a Tekin system, but this is a very kick-ass system. If you kind of look in there, it's got a billet. Let's just take off the body here real quick. Try to make this as quick as possible. It's got a billet machine, something like that. I'm not sure what billet is really meant for, but it's got aluminum ESC casing on the outside, which I think is freaking awesome. The motor is a Hobby Wing 8.5 turn censored motor. This is a censored system. I'm also running a Savox. Not too sure what servo this is. I think this is 4096 titanium gear coreless servo. That's a very quick servo I got in there. A lot of guys like my setup. I have actually a really great setup for this vehicle, and this freaking car is amazing. It drives like a dream. Unless if you know how a dream drives, I guess. So I'm just going to throw the body back on here. Kind of trying to do things one hand here. Bear with me. So, throw the pins back on. I actually have a couple more bodies for this car too. Yeah, I'm really into the two-wheel drive racing. That's what everyone's into right now. It's the main class for everyone. Throw this back on its mount, its podium or whatever they call it. The crowned chair. Yeah, exactly what it is. I got a buttload of freaking bullet connectors, Dean's connectors, and all that stuff. Always gotta have that in hand. Got the remote. I got the manual sitting there. Got a couple bodies for right there. This body in particular is my favorite. I didn't paint it. I had someone else paint it for me. Very nice body. Put that back. But yeah, got my propane torch back there too, if you guys were wondering. Okay, over here I got this car a couple days ago. This is my B44.1. I traded my Savage Flux for this. This is actually a Craigslist find. Right after this video, I'm done with this video, I'm going to upload a video of my B44.1 on there. But yeah, this is my B44.1. I really love this car. It's very nice. I'm not really a big Associated fan. I'm more of a Losi guy. But I actually really like this car. It's super nice. B44.1 though. It's got the shorter chassis, but I kind of like the shorter look of the four-wheel drive buggies. I wanted to get a four-wheel drive buggy because this is something I want to try different. See if I like it or not. But the guy that I got this from was super cool. I totally hit him up on Craigslist, asking if he were to trade for a Savage Flux, and he was totally down for it. If I can get this off here, there we go. And he was super cool about it and didn't throw a fit, which is really nice. But he owns the bicycle place in Hayward, California called Area Cycles. But yeah, this thing is freaking kick-ass. It's got a great brushless system in it. Not as equivalent and not as best as my Hobby Wing system, but it's got a really nice system in it. It's got a Castle Creations Mama. Let's see, let's zoom in there. It's got a Castle Creations Mama Max Pro 10 scale system that roars or something like that. Oops. Zoom out here. It is censored. It is great. Got a really interesting servo in there. We got a Pro I don't know, PDS 3222 or something like that. I don't know. It's a really quick servo. And I got a Reedy Sonic 7.5 turn motor in there. It's a great motor. Kind of skeptical about the I don't know how to say that word properly. Kind of worried about this motor too. I'm not really a big fan of the Reedy motors, but we're gonna see how well it holds up. It does perform well. It gives it a lot of speed. I don't really like the gearing of this car, but it's quick enough, I guess. I am running this radio right here. Your most basic Associated XP3 SS radio. super basic. I have to get my other FlySky receiver at my local hobby shop. Oh, and by the way, if you want to know where my local hobby shop is, it's in Napa, California, on Highway 29. Oh, and another thing this car did come with, came with a track transponder, which was really cool because I needed one of these. So yeah, it's got a little mount right here. Just plug it right in, plug in the receiver, and bam, good to go, ready to race. So that's a plus for this car. I really like this car, love the looks of it. And if you're wondering what tires it's running in the rear, it's running hot bodies. I'm not sure, they kind of look like barcodes to me, but they're not. They're hot bodies, and they're actually a lot stiffer than barcodes and a little bit thick, or a little bit stickier. So I think they might handle better on the track. I hope they're not like ice. And in the front, it's got barcodes version 1 in the front. So these are really nice tires. Got a good setup here. Yet the B44.1 has the big bore shocks on there. The guy threw them on there for me. It was really nice. So that's a freaking kick-ass car. I can't wait to race it. I haven't raced this yet. I have yet to race it. So yeah, I baby those two cars. Those are my pride and joys. Gotta love those things. Put the remote back here. Okay, so now we're gonna go on to some other cars I got down here. We'll get to that one in a minute. Okay, this is my other 8 scale. This is the only 8 scale I have. I used to have 2, but not anymore. Unfortunately, she is broken down. I have to get an ESC for it. I just haven't gotten the money or time to get it. But yes, this is my SC8. I'm not going to go far into it because it's not ready to show off yet. I still have to do a couple things to it, but I just know for a fact this thing's a freaking beast and it is impossible to break. The only thing that can break on this car is the bumper. Probably a lot of guys that run this car break the bumper all the time, but that's why you get a T-bone bumper. But yeah, this thing's a freaking beast and I love it. Gotta love the 8 scale stuff, but I got nowhere to race it, but I just mess around with it. That'll be my basher. Okay, now on to the big stuff. Alright. Gotta get this thing out. There we go. Oh, don't knock over the chair. Yep. Yeah, I have one of these things too. This is my Baja 5B. I picked this up a couple days after Christmas for $300. $300, what? Yep, 300 bucks. My camera keeps dying out for some reason. I don't know why it does that. But yeah, I did pick this up for $300 from a guy at the hobby shop. I'm not going to state his name. But 300 bucks. Freaking amazing Baja. It flies. It's pretty stock, but it's got a few upgrades on it. Like it's got the front, I think this is steel or aluminum shock tower. It's got the aluminum rear shock tower holding mounts or something like that here, so like that reinforces it. This is definitely an upgraded part. I don't know if it's stock HPI at all. It's just I don't see a lot of Bajas come with like the front metal. Usually it's plastic. It's got the it's got a aluminum what's it called, clutch carrier housing. Don't even know what company it is, but all I know is that this is a plus and it's really nice to have, so you won't end up stripping spur gears. It also has a steel spur gear in here too, which is also nice to have. It does have stock steering servos, but they're actually very nice. They do the job. Like I was saying, they do the job. They're quick enough to turn this thing, make this thing move, and maneuver interesting ways. It does have the 26cc stock fueling engine in it. I know I'm going to get a lot of crap for that, but I am going to try to save up money to get an OBR 30.5 cc freaking crazy engine for this thing. I just don't know when I'm going to get like 380 bucks to get that engine. There are other companies to get engines from, and it does have God, I forgot the name of the company for this pipe. Let me think for a minute. Damn, I forgot the name of this pipe. I know what it is, but I just lost the name of it. But whatever, it's a great pipe. All I know is that it's definitely not stock. It's a tuned pipe, but yeah. The wing, yeah, I had to do a little fabrication. I just took some zip ties and zip tied it down, and I threw a little bit of super glue on there, and it's freaking solid, and it going nowhere. Look at that, nowhere. I actually took it up camping with me there a couple weeks ago and bashed the crap out of it, and that wing didn't even give. But yeah, that is pretty much concluding my workbench. and all of my cars that I own happily. I'm actually very happy with my collection right now. I couldn't ask for any more. Oh yeah, I remember the name of the pipe. It's called Bartolone pipes. I'm not too sure what the actual name of the pipe is, but I just know it's being accompanied by Bartolone. But yeah, this is my workbench, guys. I hope you guys like this a lot. I hope for really good videos in the future here. I can just see myself hopefully getting a lot better at this and explaining things. Like, I'm still kind of getting used to the whole filming thing. I'm not too good at it, but hopefully I'll get better. And well, guys, thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and I will be doing some racing here pretty soon, and hopefully showing you guys my race setups here. And yeah, alright guys, take it easy. Please subscribe, leave a comment, post some of my stuff on Facebook, Instagram, whatever social media you can get to. But I hope you guys have a good time, and always take it easy.